Hey, happy 2020. I'm Blessing. Welcome to my channel. Good to have you back, guys. Thank you so much. God, I feel rusty. It's just been like a month, but I feel rusty already. But I am back. I'll be getting back into formation very soon. You've noticed I'm wearing makeup while I make this video because I decided, why not? I did this makeup myself. I still don't know how to draw the brow, but we'll be fine. I'm gonna make this video a bit of a recap for 2019. And quickly, 2019 was a very tough year. I cannot even lie about it. I lost my beautiful, beloved grandmother in May. Her death, I think, shattered my family, shattered me. Yes, this is my grandmother right here. And I would do anything to get that squeeze or that hug from her again, but what is life? And in September, a month that I love so much, that is very dear to me, I lost another close person, and that was one of our team leaders at Malaika Media, Mirembe, Julie. Your people, 2019 shattered me, by the way. It's graduation season, and this week Makerere University, which by the way is Uganda's largest public university, is graduating, and it's releasing thousands of graduates into the world. Now, the excitement is above and over and beyond. Bye. First come and see. This is my sister Bridget. She's going for a baby shower. She was tiptoeing around the house. I decided to bring her and feature.
Shower.
Bridal shower?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Baby, moving a bit to Madida Saint. Bye. So many of them made it to the list. Yeah, congratulations to all of you. Congratulations upon this milestone in whatever discipline, at whatever level. Congratulations. Some, however, oh, by the way, among those who are graduating is my youngest sister, Faith. Some people, unfortunately or sadly, for different reasons, did not make it to the list. And that, friends, not appearing or not making it to a graduation list can break you. I say that because I know. I asked some of you to share your graduation stories, those of you who did not make it to the graduation list on time, to graduate with your year, and you guys were kind enough to share. So I'll just take a quick look. The first one came from Becky. Becky said, I never graduated because after doing my graduation film, the lecturer disapproved of everything and asked me to reshoot everything and hand in just 3 days before graduation. Haha, I was like, so if I don't graduate, won't I ever work on any set? Lol, no, I refused to reshoot. First of all, I didn't have the money to reshoot. Of course I cried as I felt it's an embarrassment to my family and well-wishers and talkers. I was scared, but when I spoke to myself, I actually realized that I was scared of, quote, what will they say, not how I would pursue my career. They sent me a voice note. Let's see.
I found out that I had a retake in research, but that was so strange. I thought it was strange because I was really good at research. I followed it up, but I was wasting more time by following it up. Then I got to the lecturer and asked him, sir, what happened? Guess what the guy told me? And he was so dumb. We were texting. I had evidence for a long time. The guy told me, Mbo, I like to sleep with pregnant women. I was pregnant with it by then because I had finished school. So he said, oh, I like to sleep with pregnant girls. So you either come give me some or you have to do the retake. He said it in a text message when I go. So I went ahead and went to the Dean Academic Affairs, and I reported. And they said they were going to investigate. They had me leave my phone there for weeks. They had the nerve to tell me that I didn't have enough evidence to pin the guy, and they could actually they could hold me against my allegations, but they just chose to let it slide, and they advised me to redo the paper. Bottom line is I just had to go back and do the paper, but I'd already wasted a whole lot of time. So I wasn't able to do the paper in that semester. I had to wait another whole new semester for me to redo the paper, and that meant that I missed graduation in the year that I was supposed to.
You guys, what kind of fetish is that, guys? It's sad. It's sad. My personal story. I missed mine thrice. I laugh now. I laugh now because by God's grace I was able to. It was tough. I joined university in 2010 at the start of the decade, and I was supposed to graduate by 2013. And I remember at that time, when I just started, I think one semester in, there is a politician who wanted to run for MP in Entebbe, and he said he was setting up a loan scheme for students. So, when I looked at all the details of this loan scheme, I thought to myself, oh, my parents don't have to pay this much money. For now, I can study on the loan scheme and then his money will be repaid because the terms and conditions were not really that bad. And so I told my parents I was ready to relieve them of the first year of university because students' loan scheme. You guys, my parents fell for it the same way I did. So, and the administration let us. I don't know if they fell for it or they deliberately let this man play with people's time. So I applied for the loan scheme, got it, and then started studying. And you guys, you know when you're concluding a semester and they tell you that the loan scheme was a hoax. It was never there. It was not happening. There was no loan scheme. When it was time for examination, like 3 days to exams, when we were looking for examination cards, that is when we were told that everything was a hoax, that we needed to pay the tuition fees to be able to sit for the exams. But you're telling me millions of shillings, where am I supposed to get all of that money in 3 days while at the same time reading for exams? I didn't see the exams, so I missed out on that semester and it had to be recurrent to the next year. But I didn't graduate, class of 2013. I missed out graduation because of the students' loan scheme. And then 2014, there was a course unit called HIV, AIDS and Development that I apparently failed. If you know me, you know that I've been in the field of SRHR, HIV and AIDS, peer education since 2010. And honestly, blessing to fail a paper that is talking about, that is asking questions about the impact of HIV and AIDS on development of a country. Can you even imagine that? I had passed my coursework highly with flying colors, sat the exam. I was sure only for the results to come back, and my results are missing for HIV and AIDS. When I went looking, they told me I had failed the paper. Nembabuza, if I've failed the paper, where are the marks that show that I have failed? And you guys, do you know what they did? They sent me to a room that had like a stack of all our examination papers and asked me to look for my paper. You know, one of the administrators told me that I can get you those marks real quick and get you on the graduation list if you can pay me some money. So I paid them some money, and you guys, what he did, he went to Nassau Road, got me a testimonial because he had my previous marks from the other semesters, and brought it to me without any shame. But for me, it's like the moment I looked at it, I recognized that the dean's signature was fake. So I asked him, this looks fake, this doesn't look like the dean's signature. And he blatantly said, time has already gone by, I don't think you'll be graduating, but these are marks you can show to your employers. What? Like, how is it so easy for people to play around with people's resources? The other reason that I didn't graduate a third time is because I did that. I tried that. paid a lot of money to one of the administrators again. He convinced me that I was on the graduation list. I told my parents I'm finally graduating. Everyone was happy. They were like, finally, you guys, I looked for a graduation dress. My mom, like everyone was so excited because finally I'm graduating, only for me to go to campus to do just some final touches, because I'd been working already and I was based in Kampala, so I rarely went to Entebbe to campus. Only to go back to campus, you guys, and not on the graduation list. I went to make some inquiries and they told me, oh no, you still have some pending papers here, so no, you can't graduate. I'm like, what do you mean? I was depressed. I'd used up a lot of money. I was running out of time. I was missing graduation for the 3rd time. Everything just, like, my walls came tumbling down. I had to figure out a way of telling my parents that I was missing graduation for a 3rd time. Yet I'd already told them I am graduating. So I'd tell them the truth. I had to come clean that I had paid my way into it, but it still didn't work. I was duped. And God bless them, they understood, they didn't stress me. But I know a girl in my class that year who I had committed suicide because she failed to graduate, and she just didn't know what to tell her parents anymore. Like, you will read, you'll do well. If a lecturer doesn't screw you up because they want to sleep with you, they will make you retake because they want to make some money from you. It's a mess. It's a mess at university. I don't know how this is elsewhere in other countries, but Ugandan universities, you need to check yourselves. You're stealing money from us. You're stealing our time from us. You are sleeping with people, with girls for marks, all done deliberately. I don't even know who I'm telling. I hope they come across this video one day. Anyway, like that way, I gave up on school. I decided, you know what? Why do we go to school? So that we can get jobs in future. Where am I right now? I am employed. Do I need my papers to get a job? I probably don't. I gave up. Until one day my dad decided to give me a call and asked what my plan was for my education. And I told him, I don't think I'll be going back to school. And he said, I think you will be going back to school. 1, because we spent a lot of money on your education at university, and 2, because this would be a waste of your time. Like, you can't start something and then don't finish it. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take you. I think it's wise that you go back and study and graduate and leave that stuff all behind you. Get your academic qualifications, because imagine right now at this moment, your employer asks you for your papers. What would you say? That, for me, friends, was the time I sat and reflected, and I remembered that, oh shoot, I need my papers, because I needed them for the kind of job I was doing at that time. I got back to school to inquire, and they tell me my years at university were almost getting done and I was going to be discontinued. Being discontinued means you cannot go back to sit those exams because your 5-year stay at university is done. For a 3-year course, you added 2 more years of figuring yourself out, and then after 5 years, you're discontinued. The alternative then is for you to reapply as a fresher, as a new student, to redo that course from scratch. Ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't funny. I asked how much time I had. I was told I only had that semester. It was my only opportunity. I asked how much I had to pay. It was a lot of money, so I paid for it, and I started afresh. No, I mean not a fresh university, but afresh for those papers. I started in school. I would wake up every day at 5 and head to Entebbe, be in class by 7, study and leave by 3, come back to Kampala, go to my job, because I used to do nighttime news. Did all of that for several months, got depressed, got thin, lost weight, read, studied, went for discussions, weekends in Entebbe, work days in Kampala. Like, it was a lot. But I knew I had to do it because I didn't want to fail. Besides what my parents would say or their resources, I did it for myself. If my employer ever asks for papers, I shouldn't be struggling like I never went through school. I mean, I sat a whole 3 years in university. When you're alone back in your house, and realize it's just you and everything you're doing is no longer for your parents. Those papers are not your parents anymore. You gotta do what you gotta do. And by God's grace, I was able to do all that, and I graduated in 2016. I hope you learned something from this story, my story, and my colleagues. And if you're going through depression right now and you missed graduation, you've missed graduation before, and you're contemplating or how to do or to give up education once and for all, if you have the opportunity to go back, please do. In the end, I think it's worth it. I'm still going to go and celebrate my sister Faith, I think, for the rest of the month. Yeah, because she did not get any retakes. She went to school and for her 3-year course, and she has wound it up in 3 years. I am such a good example. Thank you guys for watching. I love you so much. Thank you for always showing me love. Yeah, love and light. See you next episode. Bye.